Brain box.
What's the most inappropriate thing you've witnessed at a funeral? The mother of the deceased putting on a terribly acted and meth-fueled show about how much she loved and missed her daughter. Shortly thereafter, she was convicted of the daughter's murder. The funeral home putting a random guy in my grandfather's casket, suit, glasses and wedding band, while then admitting that they had misplaced my grandfather, was fairly inappropriate for a funeral. I witnessed the estranged drunk and druggy daughter of a family friend come screaming into the visitation looking for her brothers because she had found out that she was never written into the will. It was a hell of a scene. At my grandpa's funeral in 2006, a random drunk woman that nobody in our family knew stumbled in and started singing show tunes, then crying until she was escorted out. My best friend died last year from a random heart failure at 25. The pastor at the funeral went on for about 10 minutes about how we had all killed him because we were sinners and that we should join his church to make amends. He didn't know any of us. It was very uncomfortable. My step-grandmother died a few months before the Borat movie came out, so everybody was in full-blown Borat mode. Somebody's phone went off, and their ringtone was "Throw the Jew down the well." She as well as most of the people attending the funeral were all Jewish. I went to my uncle's funeral with my dad, sister and friends. My father was already hammered, and my idiot friends dressed in t-shirts and shorts. To top it off, my cousin wore the skimpiest top to her own dad's funeral. My father, wasted, was hitting on his own sister-in-law. My cousin ended up inviting us to smoke cannabis in her car. It was a disaster. The pastor took the opportunity to say that if we didn't start going to church, we were all going to hell. In high school, my friend's girlfriend showed up to his beloved, highly respected, conservative grandfather's funeral in a cheetah print bodycon with her tits out, and threw a fit when he rode to the lunch afterwards with his family instead of us. Grandfather died. His brother put a joint along with a flash drive full of porn inside the box of ashes. Me and my cousins laughing at my grandpa's wake when the priest kept referring to my grandpa, Richard, as Dick and saying everybody loved Dick and still loves Dick. First time I ever heard anybody call him Dick. Not me, but a girl I had on Snapchat uses the dog filter over her dead grandma's face and captioned it LMAO on her story. My brother accidentally flung his shoe into a chandelier up in a side room during my grandfather's wake. It was both impressive and embarrassing. A funeral of a family friend. I was a teenager. This girl, not sure who, was around my age and was dressed inappropriately, sports clothes, and every time they changed speakers or sections of the eulogy, she audibly sighed, like oh my god, I can't believe this isn't over yet. Finally some older relative just turned around and said you shut your mouth and show some fucking respect if you're gonna leave here with all your teeth in a bag. Her eyes went white and she shut the fuck up. My shithead brother was spitting sunflower seeds down my grandmother's hole. I'll never forgive him or get over that level of disrespect. My pregnant 15-year-old cousin gave her 20-something baby daddy a lap dance during our grandfather's funeral. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure the brother-in-law of the deceased brought a hooker as his +1. Was at my grandma's funeral. A person walking by on the street yelled, "Fuck dead people." My brother's seeing eye dog tried fucking my uncle who was in a wheelchair. A cousin fingered my aunt's corpse during the viewing when he thought nobody was looking.